All right, appointments. Appointed chair to review bids for project number CP 3426 wastewater treatment plant, A, operational reliability improvements.
Right now is, if I can close in the property, repair the roof and have the property looking actually like a regular house, that's basically what you want on that house, right?
I want that house to be presentable where the only way somebody would know somebody living there is if 1515, please vote.
7-4.
5 is deleted. Number 6, an ordinance ordering demolition and authorizing the city of Lake Charles to enter an agreement for demolition of 3 structures located at 1311 Fournette Street, 1315 Fournette Street, and 1317 Fournette Street. Freddie Caesar, owner. Mr. Hester.
And these are 3 residential houses, and you can see in the pictures they have roof damage, exterior wall damage, window damage, all exposed in the interior to severe weather damage of all 3 structures.
Offer the record photographs of subject property and proof of service to the appointment of a curator.
No card. Mr. Harvey.
1515.
1515, please vote.
7-4.
Number 7, an ordinance ordering demolition and authorizing the city of Lake Charles to enter an agreement for demolition of a structure located at 3119 Reedway Street. Irvin Phillip and Rosalind Marie Guillory Harps Phillip, owners. Mr. Hester.
And this structure, it's a hurricane damaged residential structure. There's severe roof damage to the back of the structure. And you can see in the pictures there's exterior wall damage, window damage, all exposed in the interior to severe weather damage of the structure.
Offer the record photographs of subject property and proof of service through certified mail.
No cards. Mr. Ayu.
No more delays.
No more delays. Please vote.
7-4.
Number 8, an ordinance ordering demolition and authorizing the city of Lake Charles to enter an agreement for demolition of a structure located at 814 Orange Street. Tanya Esther Trask, owner. Mr. Hester.
This is a storm damaged structure. It's a residential structure, and you can see in the pictures there's some roof damage to this structure. There's some exterior wall damage. There's some open windows, all exposed in the interior to severe weather damage of the structure.
Offer to the record photographs of subject property and proof of service through the appointment of a curator.
Please state your name and address for the record, please.
William Doherty, 2118 First Street, Lake Charles.
What do you like to see, Mr. Happy, Mr. Doyle?
I've been in contact with Corey Rubin, and I'm going to tear the building down. The existing structure in the back, Doug Bogares knows about it, and we're working on something to have a variance on that. So, yeah, actually, there won't be a variance. They're working with something else that will not require a variance. But I plan on tearing it down. I need about 90 days. I've already been to the city, got names to go by to get a bid, and then as soon as that, then I pull the permit and get it tore down.
You're gonna tear the house down?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll give him 90 days.
90,
90.
39, yeah.
3090, please vote.
Just to be clear for Mr. Doherty, it'll be 30 days to pull a permit and 90 days total to get it down.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
7-4.
Number 10, an ordinance ordering demolition and authorizing the city of Lake Charles to enter an agreement for demolition of a structure located at 2445 Coletta Street. Carol Ray Chanette and Michael J. O'Donoghue, owners, subject to a tax sale to the state of Louisiana. Mr. Hester.
This is a storm damaged structure. You can see in the pictures it's a residential structure, and it has total collapse of the roof in the front. There's exterior wall damage, exterior window damage, all exposed in the interior to severe weather damage of the structure, and it was open to the public.
Offer the record photographs of the subject property and proof of service through the appointment of a curator.
No cards, Mr. Officer.
1530.
1530, please vote.
7-4.
Number 11, an ordinance ordering demolition and authorizing the city of Lake Charles to enter an agreement for demolition of a structure located at 1108 6th Street. Accessory structure only. Cynthia Marie King, owner. Mr. Hester.
This is a rear building only of this structure. It's a hurricane damaged structure. It's a residential structure. And you can see in the pictures it has severe roof damage. The whole building is collapsing. It has exterior wall damage, window damage, all exposed in the interior to severe weather damage of the structure.
All for the record, photographs of subject property, proof of service to the appointment of the curator.
Ms. August.
1515.
1515, please vote. Number 12 is deleted. 12 is deleted. Number 13, an ordinance ordering demolition and authorizing the city of Lake Charles to enter an agreement for demolition of a structure located at 2111A Elder Street. Brian Eugene Beverly, owner.
And this is a storm damaged structure. It's a residential structure. It also has severe roof damage to this structure. Has exterior wall damage, window damage, all exposed in the interior to severe weather damage of this structure.
All for the record, photographs of subject property. The owner is here tonight.
Mr. Beverly, state your name and address for the record, please.
Brian Beverly, 2111 Elder Street, Lake Charles, 70601. Just wanted to get a deferment on this here. So I want to do a cost benefit analysis on it to determine if I can do structure. I'm doing a structural engineer on it to see if I need to, what the cost benefit is going to be for me to redo it, tear down, and all that. So I need a little bit of time. That's why I want to defer it and stuff.
Ms. August.
3060.
3060,
Yeah.
please vote.
You might want to explain that.
74.
So you,
3060, what? Yeah, that's what I'm going to ask you.
To pull a 30 days to pull a permit.
60 days for the.
To determine.
Yeah, 60 was okay. Yeah, exactly. I wanted 60 days. That was good.
2 months.
Yeah, that gives me time because I'm talking to a structural engineer about it to make sure because I want to kind of stay in the neighborhood of what I'm doing
Yeah.
and stuff. So, okay.
We'll take advantage of
Okay.
the getting the permit as early as you can.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay.
Number 14 has been deleted.
All right.
Number 15 is deferred to April 16th. Ordinance for final action. Anybody got any? No, that ain't it. Ordinance for final action, number 15 is deleted. Number 17, an ordinance authorizing the city of Lake Charles to allow more than 20% cumulative increase for a change order for Ryan Street sewer repair. Any questions or comments? I do have a question. I'd like to know why, that's a pretty big increase. Why didn't we know that prior to?
Councilman Marks, actually, it's not going to be a 20% increase. That was put in by the engineering firm anticipating that. The actual final invoice will be coming through on that emergency project. It's going to be about a 7% increase, but that was put through anticipating some additional work to be done that did not have to be done.
So
Mr. Lindsay, could you explain him the project? Make sure you understand.
This was the emergency job on Ryan Street by the opening of the Golden Chick Restaurant. It was under the state highway where the sewer collapsed.
So, Mr. Morgan, I wonder, do we have to, we can't vote on the 20, huh? We need to vote on what he,
I'd go ahead and vote on it. We're not.
Don, you're saying that if we don't need the 20%, what's not used goes back into.
We don't spend it. Yes, ma'am. It's only if they find something that we don't know about right now.
Yeah.
Again.
please vote.
74.
An ordinance enlarging the boundaries of the city of Lake Charles, Louisiana by annexing property generally described as 5100 Powell Lane, containing 1.09 acres more or less, defining with certainty and precision the territory to be included in the corporate limits of the city of Lake Charles, Louisiana, and otherwise providing with respect thereto. We have some cards. John Vickers. Mr. Vickers, please state your name and address for the record, please.
John Vickers, 4606 Powell Lane.
What would you like us to know?
First off, I'd like to talk about the church on Sale Street has a big ballpark. And 2 canals running behind the ballpark and on side of the ballpark merge into this property. And just the other day, we had bad rain and the ditch was over the top. So I walked down the street to see where the water was coming from. And I've been knowing it for 29 years. The water is coming and flooding this property to the point where it is coming down the east side of the fence, coming to Powell Lane from the ballpark, and down Ardmore Avenue. It's all these canals back, all the houses on Ardmore and all of the houses on Powell is the canals. They haven't been maintenance in 29 years I've lived here. They're about 1.5 feet deep now. So all of the water runs right into this property every time it rains. And I tried to maintenance this property with the son that lived there before he passed. And for 20 years, he would get stuck with his lawnmower and I'd have to go pull him out with my tractor. Well, now we know why. Now that they all passed away, I know why. These two canals are merging into the backyard. And the other day, like I said, I walked, there was no water in the ditch next to it or anywhere on the street. Just that driveway was pouring water out and the ditch was overflowing. Coming to my house, going down the side of my house in my yard where I have two 18-inch pipes going to the canal, which is lateral 4, which is not supposed to be doing that. So they're out there now doing all this pipe work underground with this company they hired to clean all the pipes out. And it's just, this property is being flooded every time it rains. And people don't know this. I'm trying to bring it to attention. The last time I was here a couple weeks ago for the planning department, I spoke about it, where y'all would know. And also, at my driveway is a sign, I live in Donut Hole. Y'all familiar with that yellow spot on the map?
Okay, yeah.
Half the Powell Lane's in the city, half the Powell Lane's in the parish. My driveway is the last house in the city. So there's a sign saying, end of Calcasieu maintenance. Now coming from Country Club Road to my driveway, the fire department can come if there's a fire in the parish. I mean, the Calcasieu parish. If I call the fire department or the police, they cannot pass this sign. For 29 years, they cannot pass this sign. They call me back and ask me when I call the police or the fire department about this. So the sign is in the wrong place if y'all put this in the city. If you annex it into the city, you need to move the sign because it won't be the end of Calcasieu maintenance no more.
Right.
It'll be on the other end of the property by the other part of where the driveway is. So y'all putting a parish house into the city. And also, I wanted to also say that if I heard 2 houses, I heard 4 houses, and I heard 17 today. Houses on this piece of property. I would love it if y'all would just hear me out and say, I want just one single family home dwelling because every single house on the street and the neighborhood is the same way, single family dwelling. And when they took a house out on sale, they put 2 houses on it, and there's a murder happened in it a year and a half ago, and there's never been nobody living in the property since.
All right, Mr. Baker.
Both apartments.
Do you need more time?
No, I'm finished.
All right. We have another card. Ruth Connor.
Annexation of this one piece of property into the city because of the intent that we feel and would like to know before we leave here of this property wanting to be the owners or would-be owners wanting to develop a subdivision, which the city ordinances would give them more houses, less land, and they could build up to 7 units on the size. We feel the new owners, I don't even know if they purchased it yet, or the ones who applied, is wanting to do futuristically. Their acre land property here, it's kind of like a country. It's an old area, that will depreciate our property, which we have a $500,000 house across the street on 2¼ acres that we built 25 years ago. And the neighbors next door to this house just purchased a year ago. And like he said, and if this gets annexed, we will be back he wanted out of the closeness of all houses and stuff like this, and country setting. And that's what Powell Lane is. So, go ahead. Did you?
No, you good?
Oh, I thought you were wanting to ask something. So what we would like to know is the intent. Putting this in the city limits, what is the intent? And if it is, we are definitely opposed to it, and would ask the council to please deny the city annexing this into the city limits and keep it as part of our neighborhood.
Okay.
Thank you.
For the record, Clyde Connor, Alicia Bodan, and June Bodan, they all are in opposition of it, and just want to make their names noted for the record. They do not wish to speak. Okay, Mr.
My district. Mr. Burgess, a little clarification, please, sir. I think question, what we have on the agenda tonight is annexation and nothing dealing with use, is that correct?
That is correct. The property, you have a couple items you'll be voting on this evening. Number one is actually bring the property into the corporate limits of the city. The second item is assigning the zoning classification of single-family residential. So from what I understand, the current property is 200 by 250. It is legally 2 platted lots in the parish. So once we bring it into the city, it comes in as 2 platted lots. So anyone that purchases the property, a new owner or the current owner, they are allowed to build 2 single-family homes on the property.
Whether it's parish or
whether
city.
it's parish or city. If they want to change that or change the density of the property, that if it is in the city, would have to go back to the planning commission for any type of redevelopment of the property.
Thank you, Mr. Burgess.
I have one question. Mr. Burgess, who's responsible for those ditches right now?
It's probably gravity drainage, could be the parish. You know, that area, a lot of it's, like they were saying, half is in the city, half is in the parish, so there could be dual jurisdictional reviews for whatever is happening in that subdivision right now. But I know there's a couple of gravity drainage district laterals that run through that area that are not maintained by the city.
You ever seen that before, Mr. Cordon?
I know what he's talking about.
No, but I'm saying when you have half and half like that, how do we rectify the water?
Well, if the lateral is part of gravity drainage, they're responsible whether it's inside or outside.
Correct.
For maintaining the lateral.
I was questioning because of what
The way you say the water runs into your driveway, so I wanted to know.
Okay, between my house and their house, I have 2 18-inch pipes. That was a canal that they covered over, okay? 10, 15 years ago. That water has to come down Powell Lane into that canal and go 4 houses back to lateral 4 ditch. That lateral is a half a block away from this house. So don't think that there's a lateral anywhere around this property. There's no lateral by this property. The property is being drained by the ballpark's ditches,
Okay.
which aren't maintenanced in 20 years. Now, 29 years I've been there, they're not maintenance. That's a different thing. You have to go to the ballpark and walk the ballpark and look at the 2 canals and see that they're right into the corner of the yard.
Okay.
There's another house right next to it that also gets the water from this problem. It's not just that house, it's 2 houses
Okay.
are catching the water draining into their yard. And it's coming out onto Powell Lane and then going down the street to my house and then going down the side of my house, which is underground.
How is annexation gonna make that worse or better?
I'm not saying annexation is gonna make anything worse, I'm just trying to make attention that somebody's gotta fix a canal at the ballpark that's flowing into this property. This property is 3 foot lower than any other property on the road.
So if it's the cities, then we would have jurisdiction over that. If it's not. a
29 years I watched this property sink.
Okay.
It's flooded every time it rains. There's a severe problem with this, and it's flowing towards my house.
Mr. Ayu, we'll look at the area, and if there's a ditch that the city owns and we can clean the ditch out, we'll do it. We'll just have to report back to you. I can't respond to it right now.
I'm like Mr. Ayyub, I just don't want us to.
It appears to be part of the lateral that comes off of contraband that flows, it keeps on flowing south. When it splits off, part of it goes to Magnesia, part of it keeps coming south.
Okay. Let me say this. What he just said, an educated person, okay? The most educated person in the world thinks water can't go north. Lateral 4
I'm not
only
referring
drains.
to the direction that the water flows. The water's gonna flow out to the lake.
Yes,
which
it's
would
going to
be-
go to
which
the
would go
warehouse by the
north.
casinos and get into the lake, but it flows north
Okay.
only.
All right, Mr. Vickers. Mr. Eckert?
May 17th, 3 years ago, I was up to my waist in water for 10 hours in my house. The boats kept going by, they didn't rescue me for 10 hours from lateral flow overflowing. Every house in my neighborhood is being lifted. Mine too, my neighbors, and all the rest of my neighborhood are being lifted. We're drowning from the same problem we're trying to tell y'all.
I would appreciate the drainage issues, Mr. Marks, have really irrelevant.
As far as whether it's annexed into the city, obviously.
It's been in the parish for forever, and so the parish didn't cause it, we didn't cause it, whoever. I don't have any issues with this annexation. I think it should move forward.
Can we give her a minute?
She's got 45 seconds.
45 seconds.
Okay, we'll take it on. And I'm Ruth Connor. The annexation to this property, and it's kind of what Steve was talking about, the parish police, fire department, or whatever, anytime you call anyone, no one comes because it is the city doesn't want to come. And annexing this just adds to it. And it's just a big confused situation because, and I don't know if it has anything to do with yes or no, but we do have a big problem with calling any kind of police or fire department or whatever who's coming. They'll tell us call it. The sheriff's department, city tells us to call, back and forth. So anyway, but to annex, I don't know, that has probably nothing to do with your annexing or anything, but we are definitely opposed because of the
If y'all would
intent
like to
of what
come-
we feel like.
If y'all would like to come into the city, you'll have your police and fire protection and your garbage pickup as well. So.
But anyway, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Please vote.
7-4.
Number 19. An ordinance assigning the councilman District G to newly annexed property generally described as 5100 Powell Lane containing 1.09 acres more or less, defining with certainty and precision to the territory to be included in the corporate limits of the city of Lake Charles, Louisiana, and otherwise providing with respect thereto. Please vote.
7-4.
Number 20, an ordinance assigning zoning classification of residential to property generally described as 5100 Powell Lane containing 1.09 acres, more or less, defining with certainty and precision the territory to be included in the corporate limits of the city of Lake Charles, Louisiana, and otherwise providing with respect thereto. Please vote.
7-4.
Number 21, an ordinance authorizing the city of Lake Charles to enter an agreement with D&M Enterprises for annual mowing and maintenance of adjudicated properties within the city limits of Lake Charles. Any questions or comments? I have a question. When we discussed this last time, we said that we were gonna include them picking up trash before they cut it. Did we include that in this contract?
I think it's already in there. but
It should be in there, but we certainly will double check before it's signed.
Okay.
If it's not, we'll put it in there.
Okay. Please vote. 22, an ordinance authorizing the city of Lake Charles to enter an agreement with Cisco America Incorporated to purchase stage pieces for use by the Lake Charles Event Center. Questions or comments? Please vote.
7-4.
The following resolutions may be adopted by consent. Anybody got anything they want to pull? Number 24 through 39, the hearing date is May 7th through 29. May 7th, 2025. Number 23, a resolution accepting project number CP 3382 Anita Drive Park Development as substantially complete and authorizing the advertising of the 45-day lien period. Number 24, a resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of a structure located at 3520 Kirkland Street, Stephen Scott Swallow, owner. 25, a resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of a structure located at 617 Beam Street, Alcina Madrigal, owner. 26, a resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of a structure located at 1516 Brick Street, Arion Alfred, owner, subject to a tax sale to the state of Louisiana. 27, a resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of a structure located at 4931 South Prairie Lake Road, Jesse Joseph Stevenson Jr. and Rayma Stevenson, owners. 28, a resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of a structure located at 1716 Cesper Street, Tony, no middle name, Aaron, and Louise, no middle name, House Aaron, owners. 29, a resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of a structure located at 2105 Brook Street, Mark Anthony Guillory, owner. A resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of a structure located at 1537 Brick Street, Doris Ann Anderson, Joseph Lane Anderson, David Wayne Godwin, and Vera Rice, estate owners. 31, a resolution setting date for public hearing of condemnation of a structure located at 211 North Hodges Street, accessory building only. Bobby, no middle name LaFleur, and June Marie Jubert LaFleur, owners. 32, a resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of a structure located at 2610 Ernest Street, accessory back structure only. Carmen Martinez, owner. 33, a resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of a structure located at 1538 Iowa Street, Clara Fletcher Duhorn, owner. 34, a resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of two structures located at 1702 Commercial Street and 832 North Shattuck Street, Assassina Madrigal, owner. 35, a resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of a structure located at 2209 East Church Street, Tyson Letlow Homes LLC, owner. 36, a resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of a structure located at 1402 Pine Street, DLM Investment Properties LLC, owner. 37, a resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of a structure located at 1715 9th Avenue, Herman Washington Estate, and Mary Lou Washington, owners, subject to a tax sale to the state of Louisiana. 38, a resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of a structure located at 614 Blake Street, Larry Miller and Joanne LeBlanc Miller, owners. 39, a resolution setting date for public hearing on condemnation of a structure located at 4027 Louisiana Avenue, SGC Enterprises LLC, owner. Please vote. The following ordinances are for introduction by consent and will be read into the record the day following this meeting at 1 p.m. in the City Council chambers. Meeting adjourned.